oftentimes we feel like we need to walk it alone. And I'll say this from observation, men feel like that more than women. I think women do a better job of creating spaces for themselves to talk. My wife has had wild conversations with women at the grocery store or at a camp waiting for the kids to be done and really get into some really deep stuff and have some conversations that turn into encouragement and just another boost. And oftentimes men tend to keep that stuff and tend to wear the weight of their burdens around with them without talking about them. And there's this idea that we kind of just need to suck it up, that this is just life. And there's a component of which there's some truth in that. Like, you got to keep going. But you don't have to do it alone. And there are ways in which you can find rest in the moment. So if you're tired, if you're lonely, if you're weary, let's get into it. This is a video that's for you. A couple things for me that have been good is just to have, the first one is just to have a group of people that you can go to. I've got a group of guys that meet every Saturday morning. It's online so people can get into it from wherever they are. And they've been meeting for years. And that's a place where I've found like there is real life, real raw conversations, like from all types of situations. There's nothing there that is outside of the boundaries of what people feel like they can share. People share some things that's embarrassing for them, that feels shameful. They share struggles, they share highs, lows, all the things. And it's a place where there's no judgment. It's a place where people come through and they just are themselves, and there's encouragement there. And there's also this sense of when you come out of it, there's a sense of collective wisdom, because you're listening to the voices of experience, and you're listening to people that have been through similar stuff. And there's also the wisdom that they bring from outside, the wisdom that they bring from Scripture, the wisdom that they bring from what they've been learning in their daily lives. And so there is strength in numbers. There is this sense that we need to do it alone, but the Proverbs say differently. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. There's a scripture in Proverbs. It's comparing life to a rope. You got 2 strands of a rope, man, it's going to be harder to snap. You got 3 strands, it's going to be even harder to snap. If you're walking with a friend and they fall down, you can pick them up. Find someone that understands you and that you can talk to and that will walk it out with you, because there's always going to be times when the well feels empty and when you feel like, man, I just don't have it today. I don't feel like going on. Find somebody that's going to see you for who you are, that's going to see the bright spots of who you are, and that's going to call you to a higher place, that's going to remind you of who you are, that's going to encourage you, and that's going to resonate with you and say, hey, man, I hear you. And that's hard, because there's another component of this. It's not just calling you higher, but it's also seeing you where you are. When we take the time to empathize with people, when we take the time to say, man, that's a lot. You've been through a lot. It's not even just right now. Like, I know a little bit of your story, and I know there's something that you've been carrying for a long, long time, and some things can sometimes pile up, and the weight and the burden can feel bigger and bigger and more, and you've been carrying the thing, and I see you. I see you. I see you. And man, that's heavy. It's heavy. And that recognition, I think being seen like in the dark, and being seen when you're carrying the weight, and being seen, you know, it's not physically doing anything. There is no actual life-changing, tangible component there. But when you are seen, and when someone says, man, I get it, I understand it. I'm not in it, so I don't understand it like you do, but I understand it. It's a gift, man. It in and of itself takes some of that weight off. So find a group that will encourage you. Find a group that will see you, even if it's one person, two people. Start to look for these things. The other thing that's really been impressing on me lately is this scripture that trust in Yahweh with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. There's times when you feel like you're in the dark. And there's times when you feel like you're in the valley of the shadow of death. But even in that, looking to God and to praying and even praying for the connection, for the people to encourage, for the scriptures to encourage, for the scenarios to work out, all of that stuff. None of us operate in isolation successfully. Everyone needs somebody around them. And if you are successful and you have no one to share it with, how lonely is that? Find a group, find a community, keep going.